Hi everybody, it's Richard at Plumbdog here. So I've just come out to a property in Lathlane, Western Australia, and the customer's just brought me around the back of their house here, and he's just shown me his hot water system. So he's asked me to come out here and service it because he seems to think it's working quite hard. He's not sure if he can hear sort of water travelling through or whatever, and he sort of thinks his water bills are a bit higher than usual. So he's asked me to service up the system. Now, just before I get started, just doesn't quite sound right to me. So if the water bills are quite high, you might hear running water, pointing me towards the fact that there might be a bit of a water leak instead, rather than an actual system fault. So I'm just going to go out to the front of the property and just going to check, see if we're losing any water there. So
don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you're notified each time we upload a video.
Alrighty, just walking out to the front of the property. At the boundary here is the water meter. So I'm just going to perform a 5-minute test on that and see if it's moving at all. Alright, so this needle here, if it moves, there's a water leak. Now, every full circle, every time it goes around 360 degrees, that's 1 litre. So if it moves, if there is a leak, it's not a big leak. A fair sized leak, that would be spinning around quite quickly, you know. So that needle is moving. It's not moving much, but it's definitely moving. Alright, so as you can see, that needle is moving. It's moving really, really slowly. Sort of, you'd blink and you'd miss it really, but so this is why we do tests over 5 minutes. So over 5 minutes, that needle is moving about 1 litre, so 1 full circle, or just over. So yeah, let me just go see if I can figure out where that might be. Yeah, I'll isolate the hot water system first and see if it's on the hot line or the cold line, I think. Alrighty, so as you can see, there's a small leak there on the water meter. I have just retested, so I've isolated the water cold feed into the hot water system and just isolated that to see if it made any difference, and it didn't. So what that means is that there is a small water leak, but it's on the cold line, not the hot line. So really that's a little bit irrelevant to the hot water system. So it's almost as if there's a couple of things going on. So just want to investigate that, the loss of water side of things a little bit more. So I'm just going to see if I can find where the reticulation is, because we're sort of going between hot water servicing and leak detection, which is 2 totally different specialised services of ours. But luckily, I'm pretty au fait with both. So I'm just going to sort of see if I can figure out where the water leak is, and then I'll come back to the system itself, because obviously in the back of my mind is remembering that that's why the customer got us here. So let's just see for what we can find. There's the leak. All right, so just walking around the property, just trying to figure out where the retic cutting is. Now, usually retic cuttings are right out the front near the water meter, but this one's just been installed, well, from a plumbing licensing perspective, illegally, because it's been installed off a garden tap with there's not even a vacuum breaker on that, and then into the valve setup, there's no backflow prevention either. Should be a dual check valve there, but anyway, I didn't do it. So, but yeah, as you can see, there's a water leak inside there. So that's where the small amount of water's been lost. So 1 litre every 5 minutes is a tiny leak, really. But I found it. So in this instance, I'm just going to turn this tap off, which is stop the leak. Let's go and retest back at the meter, but I'm pretty sure that's it. All right, so yes, retest at the meter. There's no longer a leak, and so that's probably got rid of the sort of sound aspect of this hot water system that the customer could hear. It's a bit weird, but yeah, usually when it's on the hot side, the water travels through the system and out into the pipe, and then gets lost into the garden or whatever, wherever it goes. That's usually why you can hear it. But so I think the customer's just got a good ear on him with this one. So that's the kind of leak side of things solved, which is not why we got called here, but we figured that anyway. According to the customer, the reticulation was only installed about 6 months ago, so he's going to get that guy back, because those solenoids are likely under warranty, I would say. So he's going to see what he can do there. So back to the system itself. We've got a bit going on. So first thing I've done, I just took this off a minute ago and figured out what we're dealing with, which is a 12-year-old system. So storage systems usually last anywhere up to the sort of 8 to 12 year mark. So it's kind of at the end of its life, really. The next thing to happen on the tank itself is usually that either the pilot will go out or something along those lines, or the actual tank will split. So but definitely aware of that. Then if you can see the pipe work, I mean, everything's looking sort of quite tired. This cold valve works okay. I've already turned this valve off here, the isolation valve, for testing the leak there. This temperature mixing valve, the safety valve, you can see how tired that is. They should be replaced every 5 years. And then mainly the hot relief in here. Let me just turn the camera around. So the hot relief here, which is kind of the main pressure and temperature safety valve, pull that and nothing's happening. Little dribble. Should be the same sort of pressure as this cold one when you pull it. So system's looking pretty tired. Lots of cobwebs. Alrighty, so I just explained to the customer that I found a leak, and the leak's kind of been solved, as I've already said. I've let him know what I've found with the hot water system, which it's working, but it's looking tired. It's at the end of its life, and more so sort of all the valves and things that's attached to it. So I'm just giving him a bit of an idea on pricing to sort of swap out this safety valve that's definitely tired, and the hot relief valve that it's failed. And just sort of explaining that we don't really want to be, it's not cost effective to sort of be swapping out a couple of the valves now, particularly the hot relief one up here that comes with a new unit. So it's just waste of money, both in regards to the part and the labour, really. So just giving the customer a quote to replace this here with a new system, being a top of the range Rheem Stella. Lots of advantages of why to go to the Stella, being a 5-star system and 10-year warranty. So the customer's accepted and would rather trust us that he doesn't want to get up with and wake up to no hot water and water peeing everywhere out the tank. So he's going to go ahead with a replacement. So it's time to go quote one of those up so he knows exactly what he's looking for. And then yeah, we'll get installing one of those for him. So but yeah, hopefully that helped. Customers called out Plumbdog Plumbing to look at his hot water system. We found a water leak. We've quickly figured out where that water leak is, and we've also given him our honest expert opinion on the hot water system as well. So all right, thank you for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Goodbye.